What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Thursday edition of my NBA DFS podcast. We only have 5 games on tonight's slate, starting 30 minutes later than usual at 7:30 Eastern. There's not many spots where we need to wait for injury news, but we have Jimmy Butler questionable right now. That seems to be the only big questionable player as of right now. The last couple of slates have been really tough, waiting on James Harden news and waiting on other guys' news. It's been a lot of possible, late edits to your lineup after lock, but tonight's slate's not looking like that, thank God, because that makes things a lot more difficult on my end. So five plays that I like in this video, as I usually do, one for each position. We have a couple of really good games to pick from. The Warriors at Sacramento is probably my favorite game to target tonight. It's got the highest total on tonight's slate, and there's some good value there. I like Jordan Poole to start us off at point guard. 6,200 is a fine price on him. He had an underwhelming game last game against Philly. He only got 23 fantasy points, but without Steph Curry, Jordan Poole is their number one point guard. He will play serious minutes, over 30 minutes easily in the last 3 games. This matchup tonight's a lot better for Poole. The Kings have one of the worst defenses in the league, so Poole should be able to get over 31 fantasy points to reach value tonight. I like him at point guard. Shooting guard on the other side of things, Tyrese Haliburton has been starting for the Kings with Marvin Bagley out for the foreseeable future. Haliburton's been starting. They've been playing smaller. They've been putting Harrison Barnes at power forward. This is another great matchup for Haliburton. He had been coming off the bench as a rookie, but he's impressed them enough to start. He only needs 28 fantasy points to reach value tonight. I had him in last night's lineup, and he did very well, 35.5 fantasy points. He was a great value at shooting guard. Same price tonight. Might not get up towards 35, but he's had 37 and 35 in the last 2 games, so he can definitely do it. I expect him to get right up around 30 fantasy points to reach value tonight. He's a good value play. Small forward, same thing as Haliburton. Harrison Barnes, he'll be starting, and he's been playing some of the highest minutes as any other player in the entire NBA. 82 total minutes in the last 2 games. That means he's sitting, if you can do some quick math, he's sitting only 7 minutes the entire game out of the 48 minutes. So he is a staple for serious minutes for the Kings. 6,000 is a fine price. He needs 30 fantasy points to reach value. He's averaging that on the year. Good matchup against the Warriors. This game should stay close. Like I said earlier, my favorite game to pick from, and the spread is pretty close. So he's a great cash game play. He can, not play so well, but he's got a high floor. He's going to get you towards the mid-20s no matter what. He doesn't really dud ever, and then he has that high upside. As you can see, he's gotten in mid-40s towards 50 before. So Barnes is a nice safe play at small forward tonight. Power forward, let's continue to run Tobias Harris with no Joel Embiid. The Sixers are going to need Tobias to play well tonight. They should have no issue handling this Lakers team without LeBron or Anthony Davis. Expect Tobias Harris to be a major focal point again for the Sixers tonight. 8,800, he needs 44 fantasy points for value. He did that last game. And then, 33, not great. But before that, he's been tearing it up. 52, 49, 43, 60. So his upside is as good as anyone's tonight. He's a really, really good play at power forward. And then for center, let's look at Zubac of the Clippers. The Clippers have been without Serge Ibaka for a while now, and they have been starting Zubac and giving him some serious center minutes. If you look over the span of the last week or so, he's seen some really good minutes, 34, 35, 24, 24, and 32. He needs like 27 fantasy points to reach value, and he's done that. He's gotten over 30 in 5 out of his last 6 games. So with the continued absence of Serge Ibaka, expect Zubac to start and see some good minutes tonight. He's not necessarily a lock right now, but he's a solid center play that you should be keeping an eye on tonight. that'll sum up today's video, guys. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, and get over to my website, fd-guru.com tonight for all of my lineups. Until tomorrow, I am the FD Guru, and I am signing off. See ya.